In the days leading up to this storm, Governor Hogan addressed everyone in the state, assuring them everything that can be done with something like this would be done. But there is simply no way you can assess or prepare for a storm of this magnitude. Let's listen now to the governor's remarks.
Of the job that they've been doing. They've done an amazing job. I also want to thank the local governments, local first responders, the utility companies, the line workers, and countless volunteers for their tireless efforts. They've been working around the clock, 24 hours a day, and will continue to do so in the days ahead. Most importantly, I want to thank the citizens of Maryland for heeding our call to be patient and to be safe by staying off the roads. Over the last 36 hours, the entire state of Maryland has been impacted by Winter Storm Jonas, the most significant and widespread winter storm our state has ever experienced. This storm impacted a total of 11 states and 85 million people along the East Coast. Here in Maryland, we received a season's worth of snow in just 2 days. Most parts of our state received an average of 1 to 2 feet of snow, with parts of western Maryland receiving upwards of 3 feet, and a few areas in Frederick County seeing more than 40 inches. The severe nature of Winter Storm Jonas resulted in a number of roof collapses across the state, including condominiums in Gaithersburg and a Safeway in Bel Air, high waves and significant damage to Ocean City's fishing pier and boardwalk, coastal flooding in the areas of the lower eastern shore. It resulted in the closure of Interstate 70 and 270 last night, and heavy snowfall, frigid temperatures, and wind gusts up to 45 miles an hour across the entire region. It has been very trying and difficult 36 hours for Marylanders. And even though the storm has now moved past us, getting back to business as usual is going to take a considerable amount of time. There's still a great deal of work to be done to conduct damage assessment and recover from a weather event of this severity. I want Marylanders to know that our state has and will continue to coordinate all available resources in the coming days as we move from a response mode to a recovery mode. The Maryland Emergency Management Agency is coordinating resources between all state agencies and local governments. It's our intention to seek disaster relief from FEMA in the coming days, and MEMA will be working with local jurisdictions to carry out damage assessments across the state. Since Friday afternoon, the Maryland State Police have responded to more than 1,300 calls for service, provided assistance to over 600 drivers, and responded to 187 accidents, with troopers continuing to patrol our highways. Amazingly, there were no traffic fatalities in the entire state of Maryland over the past 2 days during Winter Storm Jonas. That's just incredible and better than a normal weekend. But that does not mean that we should relax now. Roads continue to be extremely dangerous, and I urge Marylanders who do not have to drive to continue to stay home and stay off the roads. The State Highway Administration has moved. All staff and contract forces have mobilized with more than 3,000 pieces of equipment. We've got 365,000 tons of salt working hard to clear all of our roadways. More than 700 National Guard soldiers and personnel, including 212 vehicles, are mobilized all across the state and have responded to incidents including flooding on the eastern shore and roof collapse in Montgomery County. Going forward, they're prepared to assist local law enforcement with transportation and evacuation, distribution of supplies, search and rescue, aircraft support, and patient evacuations and sheltering assistance. The Maryland Department of Human Resources has been coordinating with the State Shelter Task Force and the State Feeding Task Force to support mass care and sheltering throughout the state. They are working directly with BWI Airport to assist any travelers who may require sheltering. The Maryland Department of Health and Mental Hygiene is providing assistance to residents to secure needed prescriptions and to get those in need to hospitals and to essential health appointments. And the Governor's Office of Community Initiatives continues to coordinate with the Maryland Departments of Commerce and Human Resources to receive and distribute donations and to gather volunteers to help those residents affected by the storm. I want to thank the people of Maryland for using common sense during this severe weather event. Thank you for staying home, staying off the roads, and for checking in on your neighbors. Because of you, it has been easier for our road crews to begin clearing the state highways and for first responders to help those in need. But looking forward, I must ask Marylanders to continue to remain patient. Roads are still extremely treacherous. If you do not have to leave your home, please don't. Stay indoors, stay off the roads, and allow our emergency workers to do their jobs. Digging out from a storm of this magnitude will take time, most likely several days at least. Local authorities, particularly, will need time to clear local and neighborhood roads. We are working closely with our utility companies. At the height of the storm, there were 10,000 Maryland customers without power. Incredibly, currently, there are only 277 customers still without power. Utilities and local emergency response teams are asking citizens to make sure to clear their outside vents. They're being covered with snow, and they need to clear the vents to prevent carbon monoxide buildup inside their homes. All modes of transportation continue to be impacted. Local and commuter buses, light rail, metro, subway remain closed, and the Port of Baltimore remains closed. The worst of the storm is behind us, but recovery efforts from this historic storm will be extensive. They will take time and patience. But I want Marylanders to know that our state is doing everything it can to recover effectively and efficiently. Thank you, and at this time I'd be happy to answer any questions.
And you've been listening live now to Maryland Governor Larry Hogan and his remarks following the storm passing on in the state of Maryland, a historic snowstorm, some 29, almost 30 inches of snow out there, calling on the resilience of the people of Maryland, saying now we move to assess and recovery in the event of this snowstorm as it came through. So many things to say to the people of Maryland, did Governor Larry Hogan. We'll break down some of those when we come back, and his look ahead to the days and weeks as we now begin to clean up in this mess. Continuing coverage right now from ABC2 in the aftermath of the record-breaking 2016 blizzard. The words of Governor Larry Hogan. When we come back in a bit, we'll take a look at what he had to say.